Welcome to your reading. So I already shuffled the deck. We're just going to jump straight into it. Your relationship with your future spouse. I'm going to have this just be an open-ended reading. We're not going to be super structured today. Just going to let the messages flow as they need to. We've got Judgment and the Three of Pentacles to start us off. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. So we've got repeating threes so far. We've got the Eight of Wands. And then we also have the Queen of Swords. And then your bottom of the deck here is the Emperor. Okay. So I really like actually how the deck was behaving when I was shuffling. It was easy, pleasant. Like there wasn't any sort of chaotic energy or anything like that. It was very smooth, right? And I think especially just looking at your layout here, I feel like the way that this is going to go, the way that your relationship with your future spouse is going to unfold as you get to know each other is going to go at a pace that you're comfortable with. I feel like other people may not understand the pacing of it. You know, other people may think you're moving too fast or even too slow. You know, everyone always has their own opinion, but I feel like both you and your future spouse are going to be comfortable with the way it all unfolds, okay? So I don't feel like anyone feels anxious or like, oh no, I overshared too much, you know, like during the dating process and talking stage, all of that. You know, there's no feeling of being rushed. It's sort of like, even with the Eight of Wands here, it's just sort of like we're just riding the wave and we're just going with the flow and we're just letting it all unfold. And there's a feeling here of companionship. So I do feel like this could start off as a friendship and then develop from there. And I feel like when you start off as friends, that feeling never really goes away. You know, like those, I guess sort of like the bond and the skills that you develop in terms of relating to each other. So learning, you know, what the other person's like triggers are, what their buttons are, you know, or like the way that they communicate or all of their little quirks and habits. Like you get to know that on such a deeper level when you start off as friends. You know, it sort of, I guess it unfolds like very organically that way, because when you're dating, sometimes people like to put up a front, you know, they like to present themselves in a certain way, or people can be guarded, or people can, not necessarily with like bad intent, but, you know, sometimes people try to present themselves in a way that they think will be appealing to you rather than what is authentically true to them. And so I feel like in this relationship, you're not falling into that trap. You know, I feel like this is going to develop and unfold very naturally. And you could also start off as co-workers with the Three of Pentacles, or they could work in the same career field, and that's sort of how you develop this friendship. That's a more specific message. It's not going to apply to everyone, but I feel like in general, like you two work really well together, and your dynamic is one of like companions. It's very supportive, it's very nurturing, it's, you know, like you both work really well as individuals, but then when you come together, you're so much stronger. And I feel like it's because, you know, there's a lot here about just being very encouraging towards each other. You know, like when the other person is struggling or is having insecurities or is worried about something, no matter what it's related to, I feel like the other person in the relationship is super supportive, you know, and is helping rather than making it worse. I feel like there's just this energy of knowing the right thing to say and knowing the other person really well, just inside and out, you know, and having that be something that feels comforting rather than something that feels scary, like, oh no, they know me too well, you know? Because sometimes people can use that against you, right? Some people can use your insecurities as a way to manipulate you or to serve their own needs or their own purposes, right? People do that in relationships, you know? Sometimes people start arguments or they start fights, you know, or they say things to get a reaction. They know exactly which buttons to push, you know? And this person isn't going to do that to you, and you're not going to do that to your future spouse, you know? It's just, you can be playful, you can joke around, but no one is intentionally trying to harm the other person or provoke insecurity. Sometimes people do that as a way to control you too, right? To like keep you in your place, or so you think you can't do any better. I'm not seeing anything here that would be worrying in that way. You know, I feel like honestly both of you have probably had your share of like difficulties in the past, whether it was with family, friends, or past romantic partners. And with Judgment here, there's just a real sense of purity, like honest to God, we're just like supportive of one another. We just want the best for each other. And, you know, there's nothing there that's, there's a feeling here of like not wanting to hold the other person back, you know, like wanting to support their growth and not being intimidated if your partner gets a promotion or, you know, for example, let's say your partner got a promotion and it would involve some travel. If you were insecure in the relationship, you might be like, oh, you know, if they start traveling for work, they might cheat on me. They might, you know, be unfaithful to me. And so an insecure partner would then try to manipulate their partner into not taking that promotion, even though their partner's super excited about the promotion. So there's not things like that going on. And I feel like I have to stress that to you because either you or them or both of you have dealt with stuff like that in the past, have dealt with partners who were insecure, manipulative, or intentionally sparked that within you, okay? So none of those games. And maybe that's why things unfold organically between you two, and maybe that's why it starts off as a friendship, because maybe at the time when you meet this person or you develop this relationship with them, you're not in a place of wanting to jump into something full throttle, you know, you're a little bit cautious. I mean, the Queen of Swords and the Emperor are both two characters to me who would not be, how do I put it? These two people are not going to make a fool of themselves, okay? Like, these two people like to be in control and like to be practical. And so neither one of you is going to take any sort of unnecessary risk and put your heart on the line just to get it trampled. Like, both of you are trying to protect your heart and trying to protect even like your pride. I would say your pride as well, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, and with the Chariot here, I'm being drawn to this card now as well. This could signify that you meet this person after you move somewhere or after you make some sort of big change. It could be that you're led to this person. So like one decision that you make, like maybe you take a new job or you move somewhere and that leads to you meeting this person. This could also indicate that you meet this person while traveling or while they are traveling as well. But I also feel like this shows that you're both going places together. Like both of you have like your own individual goals, right? And you both have things that you want to accomplish, but you're both, even though you're very different in some ways, you're both headed in the same direction. You're both supporting each other. You know, it's very true. Like if you're not growing together, you're growing apart. So to see this dynamic, I think it's very reassuring. It's very reassuring. Let's get some more information on this. With the Emperor, I mean, someone might be an Aries here. Queen of Swords, this is air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Group 1, the dynamic between you and your future spouse. I will also say, like, even as I was reading your cards, the messages just flowed. It was very intuitive. I feel like you're going to be very certain about this connection, and it's because you took the time to get to know each other. You let it, you know, sort of unfold organically as we were talking about. Nothing was forced, nothing was rushed, and because of that, you're just going to feel so confident in choosing this person, and they're gonna feel the same way about you. Everything feels very balanced in this connection, and it feels like there's a lot of mutual respect. With new beginnings, revival, renewal, and romance here, this, I feel like, is harping back to that Chariot card. Like, you're gonna meet this person, you're going to develop a romantic partnership with them after you make some sort of life change. And then we have fresh start. I mean, come on. Like, Spirit is like, yes, 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 that's the right message. Say it again, say it again. I mean, some of you, like, if you're hesitating on a choice, or if you're doubting yourself, or if you've been feeling stuck and you're like, you know you need to make a change, I mean, this would be encouraging you to do so, because that's going to put you on the path towards meeting your future spouse if you feel like you haven't met this person yet. For those of you who feel like you're already in a relationship with your future spouse, this could be signifying that when you get to that point of like wanting to get engaged, it's going to sort of breathe new life into the connection, especially if maybe it's gone a bit stale and maybe you sort of feel like you've become more like roommates, or like ships passing in the night. I'm hearing ships passing in the night because life has just gotten in the way. This is going to speak to a renewal in that romance, and so you can take comfort in that as well. If that resonates, that's definitely not for all of you. Your bottom of the deck here is Moon Magic, cycles and fusions and phases. So I feel like, again, like it's gonna be a sort of new phase of your life. I feel like this relationship with your future spouse is very different than the dynamic you had with your past partners. And I think, honestly, it's because it's healthy. It's a healthy relationship, and it's one of those relationships that will stand the test of time, right? Because not all marriages last, but I feel like we've gotten a lot of really great messages here about you two having this stable foundation. And so because of that, I feel like you're going to have a marriage that actually lasts, which is really nice, because you have a partner who is going to be there with you and hold your hand with you through those tough cycles. You're not going to have a partner who dips out the moment there is a struggle, okay? So if any hardship comes to pass, it's going to make you two stronger rather than breaking you, right? You know, sometimes with marriages, things happen that are unexpected, you know, maybe there's a miscarriage, or there's a financial struggle, or I won't keep naming negative things, but you get what I'm saying. And that becomes almost like a test, like how strong is this relationship? And sometimes that's when people's true colors are revealed, right? You know, if someone is only there to celebrate with you and isn't there for you when you're struggling, that says a lot about them. And so when it comes to the person that you're going to be spending, or hopefully spending, the rest of your life with, you want someone who's going to be there with you when the chips are down. And so, I don't know, I feel like that's probably one of the best messages you could get today, is that this is going to be someone who is going to support you even when you're at your lowest. And the beautiful part of this is, again, I feel this reciprocity between you two, and that you're going to do the same for them. I also feel like this person is going to really emotionally get you, because there's just this feeling of like respecting each other's space, understanding what the other person needs. We have the garden. Yeah, growing together. We've said this. Oh, I'm sorry, the gardener. Growing together, creating something beautiful together. I do feel like you two are quite active together. And so this could be that you two really mentally stimulate each other. So you have really great conversations where you feel intellectually stimulated. With the Queen of Swords, someone here needs that. You know, someone here really needs that mental connection, whether that's you or them. Someone here really needs it, and you're going to provide that. So, you know, this is someone who you can talk about interesting topics with and not just gossip, you know, or this is someone who can hold your interest. This is someone who has sort of the same sense of humor as you. This is someone that you love to talk to, you know, and it's not like speaking to a brick wall and not getting anything back, because there's, again, that friendship underlying the romantic partnership. And, you know, if you're the type of person where maybe you need practical advice and you don't like a lot of emotional support, or maybe you're the opposite of it and you want a shoulder to cry on, but you want to handle your own business. You don't want people giving you advice because it feels like they're telling you what to do or judging you. Everyone's different, right? But I feel like with this Moon Magic card, whatever you need when you're having those tough moments, this person understands what you need and is willing to give you what you need. Okay, 2 cards. We have Luminosity, and we also have Forgiveness. Okay. Now, I will say, with this Forgiveness card coming up here, and then the New Beginnings with Revival and Renewal, for some of you, maybe this is someone from your past, but honestly, I feel like it's more speaking to this idea that even when there's conflict, even when things aren't going according to plan, even when there is like stress and chaos, you know, whether it's in your life or in your relationship with this person, you two grow from it. You come out better. Like every single time a curveball, a plot twist, a grenade is like thrown into your life, it's like you two come out stronger for it. And when there is conflict, you two talk it out. You know, there's no like cold shoulder, silent treatment. I'm going to hold a grudge for 6 months and then try to bring it up to you. I'm going to harbor this grudge and not say that I'm mad, and then I'm going to bring up something you did from 3 years ago. Like, it's not anything childish like that. Like, you two are very mature. With the Queen of Swords and the Emperor, this is a really mature relationship. And yeah, I mean, this whole relationship is a lot about growth. So you are going to sometimes trigger each other. You are sometimes going to unintentionally shed light on the areas where there needs to be healing, right? That's going to happen. That's going to happen. But at the end of the day, you two grow together. You resolve conflict really well. I'm not saying it's all peace, love, and harmony all the time. Of course, there are going to be arguments, but you two both have the ability to apologize, to forgive, to move on, and to talk it out like 2 grown adults. And I feel like it's either you, them, or both of you have dealt with really childish people in your past. And so maybe in the past you had to do a lot of people pleasing, you had to apologize when you weren't at fault, or you had to kind of just grin and bear it and like swallow your anger and just repress it because you know the other person was never going to take accountability or apologize or own up to or acknowledge, you know, anything that they did wrong. And you know, it was always their way or the highway, or they played victim, even though they were the aggressor, things like that, you know, that you have dealt with in the past or your partner has dealt with in the past. It's not the case. And so, again, I feel like in this group in particular, there's a need here for a lot of reassurance that it's not going to be like all the other times before. This relationship is not going to be like it was with your ex, okay? Or even if you've had these dynamics play out with your family, it's not going to be like that, or with your friends. And with the Lotus here, growing through the mud, you know, like growing through difficult times together. And of course, you guys are going to have a lot of great times together, but I feel like Spirit is really wanting to say, but listen, even when things are bad, you can count on this person. They are going to be reliable to you. Okay, let's get some more tarot here. We're going to use the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. Is there anything that I haven't covered, Spirit, that group 1 should really know about their future spouse and the relationship? Anything that I'm missing here? Oh, I love this with the 7 of Cups. This person's going to always choose you, and you're not going to feel just like an option. They're not going to keep you on the back burner. They're going to make you feel like a priority. This person is busy. Your future spouse is very busy. I feel like they're on the go a lot, and it could be that they have a really demanding job. They're just someone who just works really hard or puts in 110%, or, you know, maybe they have a lot of hobbies they like to do, or they take care of their family, something like that. You know, like maybe they have a parent or some nieces or nephews or something like that that they're involved with, but it just feels like this person's on the go a lot. But even still, you're at the top of their list. You're not at the bottom of the list. The 2 of Wands. You guys are going to travel a lot together. You're going to plan a lot of vacations. And I feel like as busy as they are, they're always going to prioritize that. And I feel like those are going to be some of your favorite moments in your marriage, is when you two are traveling together. You're going to take a lot of nice vacations with this person. The 3 of Swords is coming out in reverse, and that feels like it's supposed to be in reverse. I feel like, you know, Spirit is telling me the lessons that you have learned to get you to the point of meeting your future spouse and being in a romantic connection with them was all intentional and not meant to harm you. It wasn't anything that you did wrong. 7 of Swords. Yeah, some of you have dealt with cheating in the past. You've been lied to, betrayed to, taken advantage of, maybe financially. That could be your future spouse coming through as well. And this is saying it's not that. It's not that. 6 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, this really is night and day to what you have known in the past. It's like coming, oh wow, I just realized you got the luminosity card. It's like coming into the light. And with the Queen of Wands, you're going to feel so much more confident. This may be the first relationship where you actually trust your partner. Like, 3 of Pentacles is coming out again. They may help you grow your business. If some of you, I'm hearing some of you have like a side hustle or a side project or something that you've been wanting to do. They're going to give you the confidence and the support that you need, whether it's emotional or financial, to help you out. And this could also be speaking to the idea that your future spouse owns their own business. Page of Cups. There's a lot of playfulness between you two. You guys really like to joke around a lot. They make you feel like a kid again in a good way. With the 2 of Swords here, I feel like this person encourages you a lot to trust your intuition. Like, if you're that Queen of Swords, you may have a tendency to overthink. And it's like, not only do you trust them, but you also, as a result of this connection, start to trust yourself more, which is really beautiful. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, financially, you two are going to be in a really great place, and I feel like you grow together a lot. Bottom of the deck, we have 5 of Pentacles, so this is going to be a huge, huge shift for some of you. Some of you have never felt wealthy, and this is wealth in every sense of the word, not just money. This is abundance, this is connection, this is togetherness, this is making beautiful memories as a family, as a, you know, as a partnership, as a couple. This is a happy home life. This is holidays spent together, you know, this is traveling together, this is those important moments in life and having someone to share those moments with. And I think for some of you, I'm hearing like video games by Lana Del Rey, like the world was built for two. Like some of you have just kind of been feeling like, not that you don't feel whole and complete on your own, but there's just this feeling like, I'm experiencing all of these things and I just wish that I had someone with me, because this life was meant to be shared and I want to share my life with someone. I've created something in my life and I want someone to share that with me. Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. And some of you, this is a more specific message, but either them or you are really going to bond with their pets. So they may have more than one pet. It may just be one pet in particular that you bond with, or they bond with yours. But someone here is a really big animal lover. Okay. Let's get your Astro Dice and see what we get. Let's see possible zodiac signs for your future spouse. So this could be their rising sign, their sun, or their moon, possibly their Venus or their Mars, but hopefully we can get their sun sign. Group 1, future spouse. Hey, Lord, I'm tripping over my words. We got Sagittarius. I love that. So this person definitely probably likes to travel, because I feel like we got that quite a bit. Sagittarius people are really just honest, blunt people. They tend to be very fun-loving. They tend to be pretty sociable, funny, charming, and it's fire sign energy. And Sagittarius in particular, because it's mutable fire, they just have this warmth to them. Like they're very engaging. They put people at ease. They just, I don't know, they sort of envelop people in that warm fire energy that they have. And so I feel like, especially if you're that Queen of Swords and you tend to be a bit more reserved, this person could really help you get out of your shell. Okay. All right, so now we have Pisces coming through. This person is going to be quite dreamy. They're going to have definitely a vision, and I feel like that is going to be really inspiring to you, because this person doesn't think on a small scale. I mean, if you have Sagittarius and Pisces coming through, this person has a vision and they have the will to see it through. And so especially if you were resonating with that message of like wanting to start your own business or wanting to do something different with your career, this person could definitely help you, both emotionally and in terms of like physical resources that you would need. And definitely this person's going to emotionally understand you a lot. We got Sagittarius again, so a lot of you Sagittarius all day long. Okay, let's see. Pisces, Sagittarius, any other messages coming through here? As much as this person is like a reliable, stable force in your life, they also bring about changes that you need to experience. They really do get you out of your shell, and they really spark your adventurous side. This person's going to introduce you to things that you have never experienced before. And I do think a lot of that is related to travel, okay? And experiencing other cultures. Okay, we'll just get some houses and this will end your reading. Okay, the 8th house is going to be a very healing and transformative relationship for you. This is Scorpio energy. Not surprised. I mean, we got a lot of messages here about, you know, you having a difficult past. And I think that it's a mutual thing. I mean, you guys may have had different experiences, but at the end of the day, you are both hurt, right? And so it's going to be a connection where you really help each other resolve those old wounds that may still be lingering, for some of you. And for a lot of you, I think it's in relation to trust. And then we have the 1st house, your identity. Yeah, I feel like the biggest gift out of all of this is that you're going to trust yourself more, you're going to trust your judgment and your discernment more. And I think that's one of the hardest things. When someone betrays your trust and they lie to you, they cheat on you, you know, they do something that is such a deep betrayal. The meanest part about that is that it's so easy to turn around and to blame yourself and say, why didn't I see the red flags? Why didn't I recognize it? I'm so dumb. How could I not see it? I felt that in my gut, man, I played myself. You know, things like that can come up even when we're trying to push those thoughts down, but it's so easy to internalize that blame. And then as a result, you know, like you're extra guarded, right? And you don't trust yourself anymore. You don't trust your own judgment because you were fooled before, so you could get fooled again. And so to avoid that, you just put up walls, right? And then that sucks. And so I feel like that's the greatest gift out of this relationship is that you trust yourself again. You're like, you know what? I picked a good one this time. I picked a good one. I picked someone that I can trust, and you're going to feel so good about that. Okay, one more. The 7th house. Okay, I do feel like your social circle could expand, or your support system could expand as like part of knowing this person. And so I'm not really surprised by that, because if your person is coming through with Sagittarius and Pisces energy, they could be quite sociable and have close relationships either with their friends or their family. And so I could see you being enveloped in that and see you becoming a part of that social support system, and the people that support them now support you as well. Also with the 7th house, I feel like you're going to feel a lot more confident, and you're going to feel a lot more secure within your physical body. And so maybe not for all of you, but for some of you, if you've had insecurities around your body, or that's something that you've had to work through, this person isn't going to make you regress in that progress, and they're going to definitely make you feel beautiful and make you feel attractive and desirable, as you should. And yeah, I feel like there's definitely a strong mutual physical attraction here. And so that's really good to see, because earlier we were getting that mental emotional connection, and so now we're seeing the physical attractiveness as well. I feel like I'm hearing this person makes you feel like $1 million. So yeah, I feel like in this person's eyes, like you just glow. Group 1. Okay, so I think, oh no, I forgot. We're going to get a message from your future spouse's higher self. So what does your future spouse want you to know right now at the time of this meeting? Group 1, your future spouse's higher self. I'm feeling called towards this one. It says, oh, all right, so it's going to be a physical union. It says, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. I'm calling it a physical union because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube, but I think you guys know what I really mean by that, and I'm going to cover up the word. Okay, let's get another card. So yeah, definitely physical intimacy is going to be a big part of this connection, and you guys are going to be compatible in that way. Okay, group 1, let's get another message. Maybe some of you were concerned about that. Maybe that's been an issue for you in the past. Oh my gosh, we have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. Okay, so that very first, I think, message we were getting in your reading was right on the money. So this is a friends to lovers thing. And now that I'm thinking about that, that makes a lot of sense. So maybe, you know, if you're developing a friendship with this person first, you may worry, are we physically compatible or are we just better off as friends? And I feel like this is going to be something that you two kind of like discover and explore together as you both make that decision to turn this into a romantic partnership and eventually you marry this person. That maybe it's surprising to you, you know, like maybe you weren't expecting to be so physically compatible with this person, or again, maybe it was just something you were worried about, because this friendship is going to matter to you. It's not just a lighthearted friendship. Like there's depth to this connection. Like you feel like this person is your rock. You feel like this person is your support. And so, you know, and you both mean a lot to each other. And so it's going to be a big deal to take this from friends to lovers, you know? And so I feel like this is just kind of preemptively reassuring you, if you can remember this reading, that you don't have to worry about it. You are going to be physically compatible with this person. And maybe some of you are attracted to this person, but you worry at that moment in time that they just look at you as a friend. And so this is giving you that heads up. Hey, listen, group 1, that person is physically attracted to you, and that person is, you know, looking at you in that way of like desiring you, wanting you. Okay. Now we're done with your reading, group 1. I hope you all enjoyed this. I really needed to film something lighthearted today. Like, I have a lot of upcoming changes going on in my life. Like, I'm moving to another state. I'm starting a new job. I'm getting my apartment in order. I am leaving a long-term relationship. Like, it's a lot going on. I feel like this entire year has been a lot going on. And so I thank you all for your patience. I'm very excited for all my own new beginning, quite frankly. And so anyway, I'm wishing you all the very best. I hope everything's going well. And yeah, I will see you in my next one. Welcome to your reading. So I already shuffled the deck, so we're just going to get straight into it. Your relationship with your future spouse. We're just going to let this reading unfold, like not going to be super structured today. Group 2, your relationship with your future spouse. What do you need to know? And we're going to connect with the energy of your future spouse's higher self as well. So to start off, we have the Ace of Swords and the Hermit. We have the Fool card, the Wheel of Fortune. Everything, by the way, is exactly as it should be. Like, if you're kind of freaking out in your life right now, and you feel like everything is up in the air, and you're like, what's going on? I don't know. Things feel uncertain. I don't know what's going on in my love life, or I don't know what's going on in my professional life, or if things just feel shaky for you right now. We've got the Lovers. You are on the right path in terms of meeting your future spouse. I am hearing everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Relax. Like, that's like Spirit is telling me to have you settle in. They're like saying, get comfortable. Get comfortable in your own life. It's all good. If some of you are in a romantic relationship and you're wanting to marry this person, I'm hearing that you just need to stop worrying about when that proposal is going to come. Like, just trust. Yeah, we have the Empress. I mean, you've got so many major arcana cards. I mean, except for one. Like, there's some massive things going on for you. Your bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So this could be potentially representing your future spouse here. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. We'll get some Zodiac messages at the end, so I'll be curious to see if you end up getting, I'm seeing Taurus right now, but if you end up getting some earth signs at the end of your reading. But if this is your future spouse, this could be you, but if your future spouse, if you're interested in a divine masculine figure, then this is someone who's going to be pretty reliable. This is going to be someone who's practical, someone who has, I always think of earth signs as being people with like good hearts, you know, people who are just really grounded, really try to be there for you, people who are loyal. They just feel sturdy, right? Like, they're very rooted in the practical, and so they're the type of person you can call up for advice if you're in need of help. Like, that's the person you can go to. That's the person that you could trust, right? And there are also people who enjoy some luxury, who enjoy the finer things in life because they're very tied to the material, right? But anyway, to get back to your reading here, your dynamic with your future spouse here, I do feel like this person is going to come into your life when you're feeling, for those of you who haven't met your future spouse yet, for those of you who are feeling lonely, who are feeling kind of just isolated, like you're on your own, people who are feeling like, I don't even, like, just this feeling of uncertainty. Like, I don't even know what is going on with my love life. I can only see a couple of steps in front of me. I'm just trying to take it day by day. You know, that is sort of the energy you're in when you meet your future spouse, or you're already in that energy. Because there's a feeling here of being on your own and wanting to seek out that partner, but then just feeling like, you know what, I'm just going to let it come. And I feel like when you have that moment of release and you let go of any feeling of control about this, and you just have sort of this I'm open to anything kind of mentality, like I'm open to whatever person or circumstance the universe wants to throw my way, and you stop chasing, you stop seeking, you stop looking, that's when this person comes in. And it does feel like a soulmate union here. It feels like you have some past life history with this person. And with the Ace of Swords, I feel like this is that person coming in. Like, they come in quickly, they come in unexpectedly, and they offer you something. You know, especially with the King of Pentacles here, like him offering up this pentacle, they offer you something. This isn't someone who you have to chase. This person is pursuing you. This person is making it clear that they're interested in you. So the dynamic here with your future spouse is them seeking you out. Like, they make it very clear to you from the jump that they see you as someone who deserves to be treated well. They see you as someone who deserves the world, and like, they want to make that happen. They want to give that to you. With the Empress card, like, she is very receptive, and so you don't need to do anything. Like, I feel like some of you are just like tearing your hair out, like, when am I going to meet my partner, or when are they going to propose, or like when, and it's literally just stop. Like, just stop with the wondering, because it's going to happen so unexpectedly, and it's going to happen when it's meant to. And when it does, it's going to knock your socks off. And so I definitely feel like, in terms of the dynamic here, like, they are seeking you out. They are seeking you out. And if you think about how that would influence your marriage, and how that would influence sort of dating that person and developing a partnership with that person, they're going to be treating you. They are going to be showing you that you are valuable, that they value you, and that they see you as someone that is worth knowing, and that is worth putting in all of this effort. Because I feel like with the dynamic here with your future spouse, that's really how they show you that they care. You know, this person isn't all about pretty words. This is someone who keeps their promises. This is someone who shows you with like physical effort that they care. So if you needed someone to pick you up from the airport, this is the person who would volunteer. If you needed someone to water your plants or watch your dog, like, this is the person that would do that for you. This is the type of person who would like buy you nice gifts. Like, they just like to show you that they care. You know, like, this is the type of person who puts their money where their mouth is. 3 of Wands. I think right away, this person may be falling in love with you at first sight, and it may be because of like the Lovers here, and this being sort of a soul recognition kind of thing. But quite honestly, I feel like they're infatuated with you immediately. They see a whole future with you pretty quickly. I'm not saying that they're making that known to you. You know, they are the King of Pentacles, right? If that's your future spouse, they're not gonna tell you all of that, but they're gonna show you that they care. And they're gonna, I think, indicate to you pretty early on that they are serious about you. Ace of Pentacles. I mean, they are so giving. And they're not just giving of material things. They're giving of their time and their effort and their attention. And so I'm just hearing, whatever you need, I'll be there. Whatever you need, I'll be there. I do feel like this person does have a bit of like a maternal or paternal vibe to them. Like, they like to take care of people, and I don't feel like that's just specific to you. They just like to feel needed. They like to feel useful. They like to feel like they are a provider. And if you're more independent, you may not vibe with that, but you're the Empress potentially here. You know, if you're resonating with the divine feminine energy, you may be into that with the Empress. Okay, we've got the 9 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Okay. This person, I think, is used to juggling a lot, and is used to, it's funny, like, they're a provider, and yet they themselves are very like fiercely independent. Like, they like to feel needed, but they don't want to feel like they need anybody. You know, like, this person is a giver, and they are a bit more uncomfortable with receiving, and you may help them with that. you may help them get out of that mentality and show them that it's okay, that they need support too, and that they, I feel like this person almost has a little bit of a confidence issue. Like, they seem really confident on the surface, but I feel like if you dug a bit deeper with your future spouse, you would see that they derive a lot of their self-worth and confidence from their external success, their achievements, how much money they make. And so they invest sort of their self-worth and their self-respect into these external things, these external sort of validators. And then if you were to take that away, they would feel really, really low. And so I feel like you help them with that. Like, you help them to see that there's more to them than just how successful they are and how much they have achieved and how much money they have in their bank account and, you know, those sort of things. Especially if you're the Hermit as well and the Empress. I mean, you are probably very spiritual and you're watching a tarot reading, so you may help them to see that and get them out of this sort of mentality of materialism. I'm not saying that they're materialistic, I just feel like they derive a lot of their self-worth, you know, from like those status symbols or from, you know, their financial status, I guess. Okay. We have the Three of Swords, and then we also have the Devil here. Yeah, like, this is what I feel like potentially could become an issue, and what you are really helping them with is their tendency to overwork themselves, their tendency to do too much for other people, their tendency to engage maybe in some like unhealthy coping skills to maintain that high level of productivity. So this would be someone who knows they're not getting enough sleep and is drinking a lot of coffee to offset that, right? It's not saying it's anything serious, but it's something where over a length of time could create like some physical health issues if you're running your body down, or even in terms of your mental health, if you are burning yourself out to be everything to everybody and to achieve, to what end? Like, where is this ambition taking you towards? And sometimes it's okay to ask for help. Sometimes it's okay to let other people give to you. You don't always have to give so much. Yeah, I feel like you're really going to help them with that. Okay. Let's see here. What else do we need to know about this dynamic with your future spouse? We've gotten a lot about their personality. Longevity here. Relish, persistence, and everlasting. Yeah, I mean, this person isn't going to play any games with you. I just feel like off the bat, I think it's because this person is so goal-oriented. They're like, I want you, and like, I'm interested in this. And you know what I mean? Like, they just make it very clear to you, like, I'm interested in a long-term partnership, you know? Like, I am attracted to you. Like, they don't keep you guessing. And they're also very honest and open and forward about where they like see themselves in 5 years. And like, they're that kind of person, you know, they think about that. This person's very mature. And I like to see passion coming out here too, because, you know, it's not all just like, oh, they buy me nice gifts and they do a lot of stuff for me. There's passion too. Like, there's that spark. I feel like between you two, there's an instant chemistry, an instant rapport, and that's what contributes to that infatuation that they feel for you. There's just that instant spark felt. It really feels like Cupid's arrow. We have share. Yeah, I mean, this person does come across as someone who's probably really wealthy, and they have a lot to share, and so they're not stingy with their money. They're not stingy with their resources or their time. They're very giving, and I don't think that's just, again, towards you. I feel like that's just in general. you know, they may be like self-made, or they may have come from like humble beginnings, or if they do come from a wealthy family, they were taught the value of money, and you know, they share it, you know, they don't hoard their resources, and if they can help someone, they do. They don't, how do I put it? They're not withholding, you know, like if they know that they have a connection that could help someone, or a resource that could help someone, they offer that help. And I do feel like over time, we've got the Hermit again. I feel like you are bringing spirituality to them. You are bringing a sense of faith to them, because I feel like with the way their personality is, like they may try to like control too much, and I think that is involved in like their career. Like they are the type of person to probably stress a lot if something isn't going exactly according to plan in their professional life. Because, you know, the higher you climb, the higher you have to fall, right? And so I feel like this person is very focused on not only maintaining their success, but growing it. And so you would help them, I think, find that balance and understand, like, there's more to life than just achieving all the time. What are they bringing to you? Because we've talked a lot about how you're helping them grow. What are they bringing to you? We've got the King of Wands. What are they bringing to you? The Queen of Swords. Oh, I like that dynamic. You maybe have a tendency to get too serious. About things. And that makes sense. With the Hermit card coming out twice, you can go deep. Like, you can go really, really deep. And so you may be someone who has, like, really delved into shadow work, or really delved into spirituality. And you may get a bit disconnected from, like, the physical world, because you're so much in your head. You are so much like in other realms, and other, like, you may fantasize a lot, or daydream a lot, or even disassociate. And so your future spouse, I feel like, helps ground you, helps remind you to be playful and to have fun. And yeah, you may lose time, I'm hearing. Like, you may just lose time just being in your head. King of Swords. I do feel like this person, you two communicate really well together, and you may have, Page of Pentacles. You may have a bit of, maybe just like a little bit of an insecurity here, or maybe you have a little bit of a discomfort with, discomfort is better. That's a better term for it. You have a discomfort with people doing things for you, or feeling like you owe somebody. I think honestly, a lot of you are also givers. And so to have someone just lavish all of this attention and gifts and acts of service like onto you may feel a little bit overwhelming, or just out of your normal comfort zone, and you don't like feeling like you owe somebody. And so I feel like it is a little bit of a mutual thing here of you both getting the other person comfortable with receiving. Yeah. Especially for you, receiving financial help, financial assistance, or just nice gifts, okay? Like, some of you may be like, how much did you spend on this? Are you serious? How much is the food at this restaurant? Are you serious? Like, I feel like this person lives a completely different level of lifestyle. Like, this person, yeah, 10 of Pentacles, as I'm talking about lifestyle, this person has money. Like, they really have money. And I don't care how rich you are, they have more. Like, they have more. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get some Zodiac messages, and then we'll get a message from your future spouse's higher self, okay? Let's see if we can find out their sun sign. So I'm going to roll the die 3 times, and then Hopefully we get their sun sign. For some of you, maybe this ends up being their rising and or their moon, Venus or Mars, if that's really dominant in their birth chart. But let's try to get their sun sign. Group 2. Okay, so we've got Gemini coming out. We did have Gemini energy with the Lovers, and we did end up having both the Queen and the King of Swords. So this person definitely could be a Gemini sun. No wonder they're always so busy, because you think about Gemini as being kind of like this, I'm hearing frenetic, is that a word? I don't know. This like fast moving mercurial energy, right? Like it doesn't sit still. There's a lot changing. That's why Mercury is always going into retrograde, because it's the fastest moving. And so, you know, like this person's hard to get them to sit still and just rest and relax. They're like always moving. Mind is racing. They're really great at multitasking. I will give them that. And Aquarius. So yeah, they could definitely be an air sign. This person, man, like they are someone that just calls a lot of attention to themselves. They don't mean to, but they are just, they kind of end up being the loudest in the room, because there's something about them where they're really unique, and they just come across as a leader. They come across as someone who should be in charge. And it's not in like a typical like Capricorn sort of way, like, oh, they seem like really like stable or whatever. Like it's more of like, wow, this person has a lot of innovative ideas. Like, wow, this person has a really fresh perspective. Wow, I never thought about it that way. Like this person just has a really unique way of going about things that has really contributed to their success. Okay. Oh man, Gemini again. So that happened in group 1 too, not with Gemini, but with Sagittarius, where we got the same sign twice. So yeah, they could definitely be a Gemini. And maybe that's why some of you are a little bit, we did get the Ace of Swords, like, I mean, air sign energy, like just coming at you. And of course, I feel like a Gemini would be like the first to approach you. Gemini, Aquarius people, I can't see them being, depending upon what else is going on in their birth chart, you know, rising sign affects a lot, but most of the time, a Gemini or Aquarius person is totally okay with like breaking the ice and starting a conversation with somebody. And with Gemini here, a real duality, you know, a real duality to this person. And I think that's part of what we were picking up before, of like they seem to have this like bravado, this almost like larger than life kind of personality. But when you get down to it, they have, they sort of have like built up this persona based upon like their status and their success and their achievements and this idea of them working really hard. And, you know, beneath all of that, there's like this desire or this drive to prove themselves. And it's like, how much do you have to do that before you start to understand that your worth is inherent, right? So I think you're going to help them with that. Okay, my stomach's growling, so sorry about that. I'm fasting this morning. Okay. We've got the 6th house, so this person could definitely shake up your day-to-day routine, and I feel like it's because they try to make your life easier. I feel like this person's going to be really, really helpful. Like if you have to run errands or if you just need assistance with something, I feel like this person would definitely lend a helping hand. Wow, 6th house again. You could also be meeting this person through work. I'm hearing that. You could be meeting them through work. This person is really into health and fitness, or they really like the outdoors. And they could help, they could sort of help you in that way, because I feel like they get you out of the house. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but they get you out of the house. So maybe they like suggest going on a hike or walking by the beach, something like that. They just get you out of the house more, going for a bike ride. The 5th house. So a lot of passion and creativity here, a lot of potential for growth. You could be having children with this person. I do feel like this is also speaking to the idea that you help them develop real confidence and not like just a facade of like, you know, I feel confident because I'm successful and I have all these status symbols. And I also feel like there's just this energy of like, you could be having the worst day or they could be having the worst day, and you two just really always find a way to make each other laugh, to make each other smile. Like, you could be crying, having just the most awful time, and they just say something and it just flips the script. Like, there's just something there about you two really helping each other get back to center, to get back to a sense of alignment. Okay, let's get some messages. So this is going to be what your future spouse would say to you right now, their higher self, if they could. Okay, group 2. We'll get probably 2 cards for you all. And there we go. Okay, we have a message for you. I am thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So this could be speaking to the idea that you're going to meet this person soon, because your higher selves are already in communication. For some of you, you're already in a relationship with this person. This is just a very sweet message. Okay. And then we have, my beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually, we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Okay, yeah. I mean, for some of you, we're really talking about a soulmate connection where you share past lives. I believe we said that in the very beginning. And even though you may not be physically with this person yet, your soul remembers and their soul remembers, okay? All right, group 2. This was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I was telling group 1, I really needed to film something lighthearted today. I'm going through a lot of major life changes. It's all because of me. Like, I did all of this. It just seems to be the year for change for me. So to give you guys a life update, if you care, I am leaving a long-term relationship. I am moving to another state. I'm starting a new job, getting an apartment. All of that is going to be happening within this month. I mean, I'm supposed to start my new job at the end of the month, and so it's going to be a process. I will keep you guys updated as to how this is going to affect the channel, but yeah, I'm going to keep making as many videos for you guys as I possibly can, and I enjoy doing this so much. I mean, I really do. And so yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in my next one, and I hope everything goes well for you for the rest of the week. I don't know why, I'm just sensing that you guys are not having the best time right now. So if that's the case, know that there is at least one person out there who is wishing you the very best. Okay, take care, group 2. Last but not least, welcome group 3 to your reading. So we're going to be shuffling on camera today, mostly taking uprights, and we're just going to let the messages flow today. We're not going to be super structured. Okay. Group 3, a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Group 3, your relationship with your future spouse. So we've got the Page of Pentacles to start us off. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords. I think she's made an appearance in like every single video today. I love the Queen of Swords. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, a lot of court cards coming out. That's interesting. You know what I'm hearing from that? This person, your future spouse, is going to be someone that you can show every side to yourself and not feel judged, not feel bad about it, not feel like you have to live up to a certain expectation or a certain ideal, like you have to be one way. You know, like you can be fun and lighthearted, you can be aloof, you can be introverted, you can be extroverted, you can get angry, you can be childish at times, like, you know, like you can act in a way where you know you're not your best self, where you know you're messing up or you're saying the wrong thing, or, you know, none of us are perfect, right? Like all of us have sides to ourselves that maybe we're not so crazy about, right? Like everybody has a shadow. We all have stuff that we can work on. Not to say this person gives you a free pass or they never call you out on anything, not saying that, but just saying that this person knows every side to you and doesn't love you any less. You can be having the worst day and know you are not showing up as your best self. Know that your shadow or your ego is in full swing and still know this person doesn't love you any less for it. That is a really beautiful message to get straight off the bat. 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where they love you on such a level where it's almost unconditional. I mean, I feel like the only type of unconditional love we can really get is maybe with like our pets. I mean, there's always conditions, right? And there should be some conditions, right? Like, don't cheat on me. It should be a condition, right? But I feel like it feels like no matter how you mess up within reason, you're not doing anything horrible, you're not mistreating them. But even when you mess up, even when you're being combative or, you know you're arguing for no reason or something like that, even when you're having a bad day, this person just loves you. Like, that doesn't change. Like, it doesn't feel so conditional. And it doesn't feel transactional. It doesn't feel like, oh, well, I did this for you, so you owe me this. Or, you know, when someone does something nice for you, but then they hold it over your head and you're like, I didn't even ask for that. I didn't even ask for that. And usually people who do that do very little for you. And so it's like when they do one thing, they expect you to kiss the ground they walk on. You're not dealing with that in this relationship whatsoever. Yeah, this person values what you contribute, and if they do something nice for you, they don't hold it over your head. They're not doing it to get something from you. They're doing it because they genuinely love you and care for you, and it's not meant to be manipulative in any sort of way. Yeah, I feel like you're going to share so many good times with this person, and kind of similar to group 1 with the 3 of Cups, the Tower, and the 10 of Cups coming out all at once here. It's like, yes, they're here to genuinely like support you and celebrate you when you're winning, but they're also here to help you when you're struggling. and they're not fair weather. Like, this is a reliable, stable force in your life. And with the Ten of Cups coming out as well, I do feel like if you're wanting children, both of you will have compatible, I'm hearing compatible parenting styles. So you're not going to have the same parenting style, but you're going to work off really well of each other, and you're not going to be the type of parents to argue or disagree or undermine each other in front of the children. We're having the Nine of Swords now. I'm hearing this person is like lavender to you, which is kind of funny. We have the Nine of Cups and the King of Swords. Yeah, they are like lavender to you. Something about them really calms you down. I don't know. Maybe you guys have a temper, or maybe you guys get annoyed or agitated easily, or maybe you're more of a type A person, or you just... There's certain things that just really irk you or get under your skin, and this person just has a way of like coming in and diffusing the situation, coming in and just calming you down. Like, they're just... I had a reading one time, and I remember it because it was so funny, and I don't remember which one it was, but it was like, your future partner or whoever is like aloe vera. They like are soothing to you, and that's kind of reminding me of this lavender message. Like, there's just something about them that just puts you at ease. And for some of you, maybe you really struggle with insomnia, but you're gonna get the best sleep of your life when you're laying next to this person, like they're like NyQuil or something. I don't know, but it's an odd message to come through. But maybe you're just an anxious person, and they just have this way of calming you down, supporting you, and helping you in a way where it's not what they're... I don't know, like, it's just something about their presence in and of itself just calms you down. Like, if you think about lavender, like the scent of it diffusing throughout the room, that's this person's energy. Like, there's something... It's like a blanket of, I don't know, just like a blanket of comfort. When they walk in the room, like, you just immediately feel like your blood pressure is lowering, like you're calming down. It's how I feel when I walk into a bookstore or when I walk into a library. Like, it's quiet. I can browse the shelves. Like, I just feel like I'm in my element. I feel like I'm in my space, and no one bothers me. And I've always felt this, even when I was little. Like, I just feel so much better as soon as I'm in a library or a bookstore. I love to read. It's my favorite thing. And so this person acts like that towards you. And I hope that makes sense. But that's sort of their effect on you. And then we have the Two of Swords too. I feel like you really, like, both of you would trust the other person with your life. I mean, this is not a marriage where you have to sleep with one eye open or where there's a lot of trust issues. The Five of Wands. I mean, there's just this feeling of, like, the Star as your bottom of the deck. There's just this feeling of, like, nothing else could be more important to me than our relationship. There's nothing here about feeling like you have to compete for their attention, or feeling like you're not important, or feeling like you have to keep up your physical appearance or they're gonna lose interest. You know, like, it's not... Your connection with them is so much more deeper than that. It's like, you'll always be the star. You'll always be the center of my universe. Like, there's a feeling of, like, gravity. Like, I'm always going to be pulled back to you. Like, I'm in your orbit. I love you like moons circle a planet. Like, I can't help but be pulled back to you. And that's why I can give you space. That's why I can trust you and know that no matter how far apart we are, like, we're always going to be faithful to each other. We're always going to be mindful of how important this relationship is. We have Make a Wish. I mean, we got the Star card and now we have Make a Wish. So this person's going to feel like a wish come true for both of you, because it feels like an answered prayer. It feels like I prayed for you. I waited for you. I manifested you. I I did the work, you know, and this is my reward. And so now that I have you, I'm never going to take it for granted. Divine justice. Like, if Spirit was going to co-sign a marriage, like, this is them co-signing the marriage and saying, like, this is what is right. Like, you two deserve each other in the best way possible. Like, you've earned it. You've earned a relationship where you're the star in their eyes, where you have that complete acceptance of each other. Like, to feel accepted, to feel seen, to feel understood. Don't we all crave that? We have tears. Yeah. I mean, you surrendered. You surrendered. Like, I feel like for many of you, you put this in the hand of the universe and you said, bring me, I want to call in a partner like this. And you received. You asked and you received. And, you know, I mean, you went through your fair share of lessons and, like, karmic connections before this came in. Yeah, the divine masculine. Some of you have only known distorted masculine counterparts, you know, and it's like, you deserve a divine masculine. You deserve, and if you are watching this and you resonate with a masculine energy, then you can flip this to calling in a divine feminine. But it's that soul mate counterpart that is on your level and that's not going to drag you down and take you out of alignment, where you have true intimacy with someone, where you are fully seen and you're not hiding away parts of yourself or trying to change yourself or trying to mold yourself into what someone else expects of you or wants of you. You are able to just be yourself, and maybe that's why you're able to relax with this person, because you can just be yourself and you don't have to feel like you have to put on airs or you have to present yourself in a certain way. And for some of you, I mean, yeah, now we have sexual freedom coming out. For some of you, maybe you felt like in the past, like you always had to have your hair done or your makeup done, or you always had to look like your very best, or your partner was going to cheat on you, or, you know, they were going to lose interest in you romantically. And that was something that was really hard for you, right? To, like, always have to look perfect, or to always have to be in a good mood, you know, like if your partner sees you angry or upset, you know, then you're needy or clingy or difficult, and so you tried to be soft and you tried to be gentle and perfect and beautiful, and it's like, no, that's not love. That's not love. Like, you are allowed to be a human. You are allowed to be messy. Like, that's, you know, that's life. That's life. No one's perfect. And anyone who holds you to that standard is setting you up for failure. It's reminding me of Beyonce's Lemonade and the poetry that Warsaw and Shire did for that album, and that idea of, I think she says, like, I tried to make myself softer. I tried to make myself smaller. I could be quoting this wrong. I think she said, I tried to make myself less awake. Like, trying to make herself more docile to appeal to this man who's not even faithful to her. And so it's like, no, like, you deserve so much better than that. You shouldn't have to make yourself less vibrant, less alive, less human, right? Because everyone gets angry. Everyone is difficult sometimes. Everyone has bad days sometimes. Not everyone, you know, you're not always going to look your best all the time. And so, like, you're not meant to be perfect. That's not what it means to live. And again, anyone who expects that of you is setting you up for failure. And so you deserve better than that. And this person, your future spouse, is giving you better than that. Queen of Pentacles, you can be real. You can be real with this person. Four of Pentacles, like, they're not going to let you go. They're always going to be there for you, and they're not going to drop you just because, you know, you're less than perfect, because we're all less than perfect, right? Like, perfectionism is not something that should even be a goal, right? Like, we shouldn't even try to strive for that. We have the Knight of Pentacles and we have the Two of Cups. So you can rely on this person. And, you know, there's this feeling too of like, understanding and having the same vision for the future. Like both of you are on the same page. So like if you're sitting here and you're like, we've got the Seven of Pentacles now. If you're sitting here and you're like, I really don't ever want children, or I really want to move to another country, or, you know, like whatever like your long-term goals are that you are very certain about, this person shares those long-term goals of what you do and what you don't want. Because there's just this feeling of like, we're on the same page here. Ace of Wands. Yeah, like we're on the same page. We are willing to grow and invest in the same things. We both have similar values. That's coming through, similar values. We have the Devil card. We have the Hermit. And we have the Page of Cups. I do feel like there's something about this connection here where with your physical intimacy with each other, I feel like it's going to be unlike anything you've ever experienced, because I feel like this person's energy and how they make you feel about yourself, you feel more comfortable with them than you have with anyone else ever. And so because you feel more comfortable, you feel more free and you feel more liberated and you feel more open to exploring things and more open to being fully present in those acts of physical intimacy, okay? I'm trying to say that in like the most delicate way possible. And then we have the Judgment card. So you deserve each other, like we said. You deserve each other. Let's see, what cards haven't we used? We've used... Oh wow, we've used all of these. Okay. I don't know, your reading's just flowing. Your reading's really flowing. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of physical compatibility here for sure. And I do feel like you two flirt with each other a lot. There's a really flirty energy between you two. And I think it all comes back to feeling comfortable. So you're not filtering yourself so much. You're not second guessing yourself. You're not overly concerned with how you're coming across, right? So you're not restricted with this person. You feel really free. They make you feel, again, that sense of liberation. Yeah. You don't judge yourself so much when you're with this person, for sure. Okay. Let's see if we can get their sun sign. We may end up picking up on their rising or their moon sign, but maybe their Venus or their Mars, but we'll really try to get their sun sign. So group 3, possible sun sign for their future spouse. Okay, so we have Libra. So this person's going to be really fair, really honest. They're going to be really physically attractive with Libra. They are going to be very physically attractive. And this is someone who really, really cares about doing the right thing. And so because they value you so much, they're going to really try to do right by you. That's not to say they won't make mistakes or they won't mess up, but they are always going to try to act with good intentions towards you. Okay, we have Aquarius now. So now we have 2 air signs. With Aquarius, this person is going to be a friend to you as well. This person is really unique. They're not like anyone you've ever met before. And they're not afraid to be different. And they're not afraid to put themselves out there and to... they're not afraid to... They're not afraid to give to others. They're not afraid to share the spotlight. They're not like they're not an attention-seeking person, okay? Like, yes, they do call attention to themselves with that Libra and Aquarius energy combined, but it's not like I'm hogging the spotlight. It's more of like there's room for everyone to shine, so this person doesn't have like a overblown ego, so to speak. Okay, and now we have Cancer. Okay, I always like when Cancer comes out because it's such a cozy energy. It feels like home. It feels like comfort food. It feels nurturing. It feels reassuring. It feels like a warm blanket. So that's probably that like lavender energy we were picking up, where they're just really soothing to you and they make you feel safe, because that's Cancer energy. It makes you feel safe. Okay. So let's get some houses now. We have the 12th house. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised about this because we were talking a lot about this person being like an answered prayer. And so you could be having dreams about this person. You could be seeing signs, synchronicities, angel numbers. There's going to be a sense of deja vu when you meet this person, because it's going to feel, if you haven't met them already, but it's going to feel like, don't I know you from somewhere? Like, have I met you before? Did I dream about you? Like, it feels weird. It feels like there's already shared history. It feels a bit, I'm hearing discombobulating. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, it feels like an out-of-body experience when you meet them. Like you're underwater. Third house. You're going to laugh a lot with this person, and that's why it's like you feel like you can let your hair down. You don't have to be so controlled or so mindful. You can just let it all go. You can let it all go. Say whatever comes to mind. And you may not normally be like that, but it's just like I can say whatever comes to mind. I don't have to filter myself. I don't have to be so careful about what I'm saying or how they're perceiving me. I don't have to worry about it. I can just be free, be fun, be lighthearted, and just go with the flow. 8th house, that's going to feel really healing for you. It's going to feel really healing for you. I also feel like, quite honestly, that 8th house Scorpio energy is picking up on that Devil card and the sexual freedom card that we got as well. Like, just this idea of you feeling really liberated, and there's a lot of passion in your physical intimacy with this person, and it's a big part of your marriage. Okay. So let's get some messages now from your future spouse's higher self. If they could say something to you now, what would they say? We'll get 2 messages. Group 3. We have, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Okay, I love that you got this card. They really do, like, encourage you to be authentic, to encourage you to do what you want rather than what you think other people want you to do. I think you've been held to really high expectations or unfair standards, maybe by your family, friends, coworkers, whatever the case may be. Maybe you do it to yourself, but I really feel like they help you to relax and just do what you want to do and not feel like you have to, be a certain way. Be a certain way. That perfectionism that we were talking about. Okay, and we have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. I feel like this is part of the process of you getting this answered prayer. Like, once you accept things how they are and you trust and have faith, is when you will meet this person and that prayer, that wish will come true. And also, I feel like this is saying this idea of trust is going to be so transformative because you haven't been able to trust in the past, whereas with this person, you feel really comfortable and you feel at ease and you feel like you can just be yourself and that's okay. And as a result of that, you really, you feel more secure. I feel like with your identity within the context of the relationship, like you're not losing who you are in this connection. You are retaining your individuality, and a lot of that has to do with your future spouse being so accepting of you and not making you feel like you have to change, okay? Okay. Because their love isn't conditional, okay? As best as it can be, right? Like, 'cause like I said, there's always some conditions, but their conditions are reasonable. They're not unreasonable. Okay, group 3, this was your reading. like I was telling the other groups, I really needed to film something lighthearted today. I have a lot of changes coming up in my life. If you guys want a life update, here it is. I am moving to another state. I'm ending a long-term relationship. I am starting a new job at the end of this month, and obviously I'll be living in a new place, and so it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of fast-moving changes, but I'm really excited for the new chapter in my life to start, and I will keep you guys updated and in the loop about how that's going to affect filming, because I'm going to be moving and all of that. But honestly, I think it's going to be okay. I mean, like, there's been a lot of things happening this year already, and so I feel like I've been pretty consistent with the channel, and I think I'm going to be able to continue to be consistent, but I just want to let you guys know, I don't ever want to disappear for like 2-3 weeks and you guys are like, is she dead? Like, what is going on? Like, I'm aware that you guys have a relationship with me, and you know, even though we've never met in person, at least not to my knowledge, I understand that, you know, we have this connection because it's a privilege to be able to read for you guys. It really is. And I appreciate the support. And so, anyway, I'll always try to keep you guys informed. I may go a week without filming, but I never want to go, you know, 2 to 3 weeks or a month or something like that. Okay, so anyway, to wrap it up, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one, and please take care of yourself. Okay, group 3.